every single month, there is a new moon there's a new version of the same moon that comes up, okay? Because you see the moon changing shape during the month, right? At the very beginning of every single month, you see a very tiny sliver of a moon, they call it, sliver of a moon, right? And that sliver of a moon signifies that the new month has started, okay? And as the month goes, the moon looks to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You see more of the moon because you see less shadow of the earth on the moon. So you see bigger of the moon until the middle of the month, you see the full moon, and then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller again. So every month, the moon starts with the same exact shape, the crescent moon. It's just that Ramadan is a very, very popular month. It's a very blessed month and a very important month on the Islamic calendar. So everybody's familiar with that moon, and they call it the Ramadan moon. They call it the Ramadan moon, but it's the same moon for every single month. Okay, it's just really, really fun to see that moon come introduce the month of Ramadan because it's so important that month. So that's how this story is going to start, where Ilyas and Duck see the Ramadan moon. Okay, here we go. Ilyas and Duck stood at the edge of town, patiently watching the setting sun. Then the moon appeared, and Ilyas said with cheer, "Look, Duck, up there! I see the crescent moon." And just like that, the month of Ramadan had begun. The joy of Ramadan spread quickly through town, with festive decorations and lanterns abound. The smell of treats spilled into the streets as the baker prepared suhoor, the last meal before the daytime fast that is so important to eat. Then morning came and the sun was out. "Duck, wait!" Ilyas had to shout. "The sun is still up. Let's not forget. Don't break your fast, at least not yet." "When can I eat?" "When the sun sets." "Can I have something to drink?" "Not quite yet." "No food, no drink, not even a sip or a crumb? Oh, this is hard. What's the point? Where's the fun?" It's a good question, right? Well, fasting is not meant to be easy. It can leave your belly empty and grumbling inside. But know this feeling is just Allah's way of feeding goodness to your body and mind. Goodness like compassion to care for the less fortunate, empathy to feel the hunger they often do, gratitude to appreciate all the blessings you have, and a reminder of just how fragile you are, and that it's Allah who provides for you. Fasting is a chance to nourish your soul, your relationship with Allah, and your community too. It's a chance to practice self-discipline and restraint and build confidence in all that you do. Oh, and so the hours in the day slowly ticked away. Tick tock, tick tock. Sounded the bells on the alarm clock. The sun has set. It's time for iftar. They broke their fast with just a few dates, drank water, prayed, and then they ate. They met friends and family all around town, and all around town not a frown could be found. That is, until they reached the other end of town. What could be at the other end of town? Because at the other end of town, on top of the hill, lived a man who was rarely ever seen. No one really knew who he was, and no one knew his real name. But they all did know him as Menacing Mr. Mean. "Oh, I'm not fond of this month, Ramadan. For 30 days, the kids are so well behaved. For 30 days, all their bad deeds are gone. Everyone is so kind. They give extra charity and stuff. How will I ever stay in all this goodness for 30 long days? I know. I will spoil Ramadan. I've had enough." Oh no, he's going to spoil Ramadan. I will cover entire neighborhoods with my menacing spray so kids may continue to play even when it's time to pray. I will bake mouth-watering cookies and place them all around so kids are tempted to break their fast even before the sun goes down. I will spread rumors to encourage gossip and hope kids make promises they cannot keep. Yes, this is how I will spoil Ramadan and make it what it's not meant to be. Oh no, exclaimed Ilyas. Mr. Mean is up to no good. Follow me. We must save the neighborhood. Stop right there, Mr. Mean. It's Sheriff Ilyas and Deputy Duck. We heard what you're up to. Your time is up. You will never catch me. Where can he be? I think he got away. Mr. Mean got away, but it's a good thing he's gone because there's no room for meanness, only goodness in Ramadan. And when a good deed is done, the reward for it is multiplied, not just once or twice, not 3 times nor 4, but many, 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 many times more. As the days of Ramadan passed one by one, each day's fast helped to improve everyone. There was increased patience, better health, and improved habits that were quite clear. Indeed, each day was a chance to practice all these things and carry better habits through the rest of the year. So for the remainder of the month in the last 10 days, Ilyas and Duck looked forward to the rising sun. While they were thankful for the joy from the Ramadan days that passed, they were especially excited for all the blessings to come. Ramadan Mubarak. I have a few questions. That's the end of the story, but I do have a few questions that I want to ask about the story to see if the kids were paying attention. Can we do that?
Yes, sir, you may.
Okay, kids.
Yes.
You still see the story in front of you, so I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to go back to the story, okay? Okay. So here we talk about Ramadan, and really this page here talks about why we fast. It's some of the reasons why Allah asks us to fast, because fasting is not easy, right? Because you don't eat or drink almost the entire day, and that can be difficult, right? It's difficult for me even as an adult, but the difficulty helps us become stronger and better people and better Muslims, because it creates an awareness in us about all the blessings that Allah has given to us, and all the less fortunate people in the world as well. It helps us connect with those people, and giving to the less fortunate is a big part of Islam, a big part of being Muslim. So here you can see that Ilyas is trying to explain to Duck that we fast because it gives us a lot of goodness in our body and mind, and we start having more compassion for people that are less fortunate. We start having more gratitude for the things that we have, the blessings that we have. If we live in a nice warm house and sleep in a nice warm bed, and we have food in our tummies whenever we want, those are all blessings that we have, right? And then it also reminds us that we're really fragile, aren't we? If we don't eat for a couple of hours, or if we don't drink water, we start getting weak. And that happens in the first day, doesn't it? So we're really fragile, and it's Allah who actually provides us with everything that we have in this world to survive, okay? And then here you can see this part of the story is where iftar just started. So they're going to break their fast. And that first part here, they broke their fast with just a few dates. That actually follows sunnah, right? Because we break our fast not with hot dogs or pakoras and everything else that people eat. We break our fast typically with a few dates, 2 or 3, and some water. Okay, that follows the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So that's exactly what Ilyas inducted. And then they go around, meet family and friends, which we often do. We go to other people's iftars. We get invited or we invite people over and we enjoy iftar together. We enjoy breaking fast together as friends. But then there's this character that lives in a certain part of town that's not really fond of Ramadan for some reason. All right. Not a good guy, right? And he tries to spoil Ramadan. So he tries to do things and try to convince kids in a way that kids should not behave. And this is a way for the story to help kids understand what to stay away from, right? Temptations, right? We want to eat a cookie maybe in the middle of the day, right? So we stay away from that because that's what makes us stronger. And then you can see here. Okay, so now when we have gone through the month of Ramadan and we are getting stronger every single day, we're building good habits of patience, of empathy, of caring, of listening and doing good deeds. We're building all those good habits, right? We're remembering Allah, we're keeping him in our heart. We don't stop when Ramadan ends. The whole purpose of this is to do this for 30 days. And if you can do all these good habits, all these good deeds for 30 days, can't you do it for the rest of the year? And imagine doing that year after year after year, how amazing of human beings we would become, right? So that's our story. And thank you so much for allowing me to share this story with you. I really enjoyed writing this. This was one of my most favorite stories because I got to introduce new characters and communicate all the wholesome goodness of Ramadan in a fun way. And I hope you enjoyed it. So if you have any questions, Shaza, I'm open to answering any questions that the kids might have.
Yeah, it looks like Musa enjoyed the story and we liked your hat. I saw a lot of people saying that they like the hat. I see a few people have their hands raised. Mariam Wani from Dubai, would you like to ask a question to Brother Omar? Go ahead, Mariam.
How can you buy the books?
How can you buy the books? We didn't put it in the website in the chat. Thank you for reminding us. Mariam, I'll put the link in the chat right now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Mariam.
Brother Muhammad?
Why is that?
Yes, Brother Muhammad, would you like to ask a question?
No, thanks.
Oh, okay, you had your hand raised. Yahya Qazi, do you have a question?
No.
Okay.
So you can see there's a lot of information at the end of the book as well. You saw in a part of the book where we had Duck was reading a newspaper and he's falling asleep right before Ramadan, the iftar comes and he has to break the fast. So he's reading this newspaper and actually this end of the story goes into what that newspaper, entailed. And you can see here, there's a number of stories written about Ramadan. There's a crossword puzzle. You can look over to the right here, Mr. Mean or someone that goes by the name of Mr. M is selling an Eid goodie bag. I would not buy that goodie bag, to tell you the truth.
MashaAllah, it's a very fun book. This is one of my daughter's favorite books. She's 6 years old. Thank you so much, Brother Omar.
Thank you, everyone.
I have a lot of people who raised hands but didn't have questions to ask. So I'll wait for you guys to type your question in the chat if you do have one. And Brother Yahya, I have a few different announcements about our upcoming events. So I'll take over the screen share, Brother Omar. If in the meanwhile, anybody does have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat and then we'll ask you to ask your question. Is my sharing okay, let me start over again. Let's try that again. So I'm going to first share with you this Brother Omar's webpage. I already put it in the chat, so take a look. This is littlebigkids.com, and this is where you can find all of the books. And there's $40 flat rate shipping worldwide, US dollars. So good idea to ask your friends if they also want to purchase the book, so you guys can just break up that cost together. And these are a lot of fun, mashallah, and great gifts too. So thank you so much. Next week, actually tomorrow, we have another read aloud, and this is at a earlier time. This is at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and a lot of different times all around the world that we've written down for your teachers. And inshallah, we'll share that with you guys. Brother Yahya will definitely share it with his Dubai and UAE crew over there, inshallah, as well. So we hope you'll join us to learn more about Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. The difference about tomorrow's read aloud is it's actually not a fictional story. Can anybody write in the chat what kind of story you think this is? If it's not fictional, what kind of story is it? Let's see if you'll get it. Okay, we've got a couple questions there in the chat too. Why was the duck hungry at the beginning of the story? And why was Ilyas teaching a lesson? Good questions. Next week, our theme for Ramadan Connect, I hope you guys are checking out the Padlet that we're doing this on. The next week's theme is generosity, and we have another author who will be reading next week as well, and then 2 more authors who will be reading the last week. We want to remind you that we do have a contest. Actually, we have a couple of contests. Brother Yahya, do you want to get on to tell us about the contests?
Yes, I can. We have 2 very exciting contests this year. If you were a part of Ramadan Connect last year, you may recall that there was a story writing contest that was also sponsored by Muslim Kids TV. And this year we have the contest again. The theme is One Body, One Ummah. All of the details are on the Padlet now, so you can click there and read about what the rubric is. And just like last year, some of the winning stories will be turned into animated short films by Muslim Kids TV. And the winners from last year, there are 8 stories that were turned into films, and those will be posted on the Padlet too, so you can watch those.
So definitely check out that Padlet, because there's a few already posted, right, brother?
There's already 3 there, and I'm going to post 3 more this week. So stay tuned. Now that's the first competition. The second competition is a poetry competition. And this is also in line. If you're in the US right now, you may know that April is National Poetry Month. So we're also having a poetry contest and the same theme as the writing one. It's on One Body, One Ummah. And we also, for this contest, we welcome not only students, but for a separate competition for adults, teachers, parents, and staff. And I already received 1 poem from a teacher in Indonesia. So we look forward to having more of those entries too. And again, all the details are on the Padlet. So do go there and check under announcements and under the poetry contest for information on this particular contest, inshallah.
Brother Yahya, when is that poetry workshop? Because I've got this image right here, but it doesn't have the date.
Okay, yes, it's going to be on Monday. It's going to be on Monday. So we have the story writing workshop on Saturday and the poetry on Monday. So don't miss out on both of those, inshallah.
Okay, and we'll be sending out that information shortly, inshallah, to you all and posting it on that Padlet. Okay,
Inshallah.
what does the poem have to be about? About one body, one ummah. What does it mean for us as an ummah, Muslim ummah, to be like connected to each other? Do we feel what each other is feeling when somebody's in pain? If somebody's going through difficulty, are we also feeling that? How has that been an experience that you might have had in your own life? I see a lot of chat still happening about the book, which is so wonderful because what is an ummah? Really good question, Muhammad. Thank you for asking. Who knows what the ummah is? Does anyone know? You can unmute yourself.
I see Mariam has her hand up. Let's see. Where did she go though? She disappeared. Or maybe Miss Har? Let's go here.
Miss Har, you know what ummah means, or you have a question?
A human being of Prophet after Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, all the humans, like all the Muslims and non-Muslims, are ummah.
Okay, I don't know if Mr. Yahya's mom meant to explain that to everybody, but yes, everybody who came after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and is Muslim is part of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's ummah, the Muslim ummah. So we're really happy to be part. We're like one big family. And when anybody in our ummah is hurting, then we all feel it. And maybe when somebody is happy, we all should feel the joy for them as well, inshallah. So we are at our time and we do need to conclude with Surah Al-Asr. We want to first say a big thank you to Brother Omar. Do you want to unmute, you guys, and say Jazakallah khair to Brother Omar? If you want to, let's do it right now. I'm going to count down. 3. Oh, wait, hold on. We're not reciting a surah. We're just saying Jazakallah khair. 3, 2, 1.
Jazakallah khair.
Okay, now mute
Jazakallah
yourself
khair.
again.
Thank you, everyone. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed this. I really enjoyed seeing everybody's faces. Happy faces here. Thank you, Shaza. And everybody.
Thank you. Okay, Brother Yahya, would you like to select the person to recite Surah Al-Asr and close us out?
Yes, I see a hand up here. Siwar, I think we'll have recite, and Siwar, Quran reciters at NGF. She's also won a competition in Arabic, mashallah. So she would be well suited for reciting. Okay, Siwar, are you there?
Yes.
We'll need to mute everyone else first, though. Let's get others on mute so we can hear you. There we
Got
go. Okay, go ahead, Siwar. You can close with Surah Asr.
Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wal 'asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah. Thank you so much, Sister Siwar.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys. Take care.
All right. We'll hope to see you all tomorrow. And I'll just close with Subhanakallah wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Have a blessed day and night, and we'll see you all tomorrow, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Bye.
Ma assalam, everyone.